incredible. Up next, we have comedian, Flint's very own Chris Reed. So a chance to get Mr. Chris Reed.
Yes!
Man, I haven't seen a crowd this big since my last intervention. It'll make me nervous. So heads up, real quick. I'm not as clean as Funny Man Mark. So if you're easily offended, you might want to run home, let your dogs out, balance your checkbook, organize your sock drawer, that kind of thing. Check back in about 8 minutes. Because when I turn back around, it's on. So my name's Chris. I drive a Tesla. I don't own it, I just drive it. And I will until they catch me. That's stupid. Good y'all laugh. All right, cool. Let's see. So I'm confused. I don't understand this obsession with Chris Hemsworth. The Marvel actor. I mean, he's decent looking, but he is not all that. I was actually thinking about him the other day while I was masturbating. I had a THORgasm. Which makes sense, because in my fantasy, I was getting hammered. It was marvelous. So I have a question. If two people are chatting about the weather and they're both obese, is that still small talk? Chew on that for a while. Yeah, I told a fat girl that one time, I said, chew on that for a while. Her stomach went, She is a hungry girl. I woke up hungry last night, went to grab a bowl of cereal. I tried to be quiet, I didn't want to wake anybody, but stupid me, I dropped the bowl on the floor. Next thing I know, the light comes on. There's a guy standing there with a shotgun yelling at me to get out of his house. Thought that was rude. Violence is never the answer. I don't know what the answer is. Maybe locking your windows is the answer. So I used to bite my fingernails. My dad put a stop to that, though. He said, boy, next time I catch you biting them fingers, I'm going to stick them in dog shit. He did, too. And it worked. I haven't bitten him since then. I did feel bad for the dog, though. He cried the whole time my hand was up his ass. Probably should have taken off my class ring first. Y'all are going to love this. I'm a substitute teacher. That's my day job. Yeah, it's a hard job, too, man. These kids are just out of control. Out of control. So I've come up with my own way to get back at the ones that piss me off. Like right before recess, I'll tell them, all right, we're about to have a little spelling test, and here's how it works. I give you a word to spell, and if you spell it correctly, you get to go outside for recess. If you spell it wrong, you spend recess in the office. Let's start over here with Skylar. Skylar, spell dog. Skylar's like D-O-G. Good job, Skylar. Get in line. Next, we'll go with Calvin. Calvin, spell cat. Calvin's like, that's easy. C-A-T. All right, Calvin, go line up. Next, we come to Steven, the little asshole. Oh, look whose turn it is next. Steven. Steven, spell anti-disestablishmentarianism. And Steven hates me. But that's okay, because I hate him too. One thing that helps me with classroom management is positive reinforcement. Giving the kids praise when they do a good job. Yeah, I'll walk around the room. I'll be like, oh, I like how Billy is raising his hand. And, oh, I like how Susie's coloring inside the lines. Gives the other kids incentive to do better. This actually works so well that I've started doing this in my personal life. Like last weekend, I hosted an orgy. I was all over that living room. I was like, oh, I like how Tina is tonguing the butthole. Oh, look how Lucy has a cock in each hand. Good job, Lucy. Of course, you always got your slackers be like, I don't know, Paul. We're 10 minutes in and Becky's pants are still on. That pussy's not going to eat itself, buddy. Being a sub can be a boring job, though, because I try to find ways to entertain myself. Like, subliminal messages are fun. Yeah, like right before I give a test, I'll make an announcement. It goes like this. All right, class, so the test you're about to take, fail, covers everything you learned this week. Page 1 fail is multiple choice, and page 2 fail is true or false. Good luck, and let's fail begin. And I'll see their teacher the next day. She's like, I don't understand how they failed that test. They're all really good students. I'm like, weird. Yeah, so it's not always like that, though. I do enjoy teaching the kids. I like to teach them about the power of yet. You know, like, now Johnny can't read yet, but if he keeps trying, someday he'll get it. I like to give them real-world examples, though. You know, like, now Mr. Reed still hasn't gotten his raise yet, so he won't be helping you with your math today. Mr. Reed's hangover hasn't gone away yet, so we're going to leave our heads down for another hour. Now, Mr. Reed doesn't know CPR yet, so Johnny will be okay until paramedics arrive. For extra credit, who can tell me what shade of blue Johnny's face is? I think they're getting it. I think the worst part about being a sub, though, is bumping into the kids when I'm out of the stores. It's awkward, because they're kids, right? It's like you never know what they're going to say. Like I saw this little boy, he was like, Daddy, there's that man that locked me in the closet. I was like, then I saw a little girl, she was like, Mama, there's that man that stole my lunch money. That's a sweet little side hustle right there. I don't like going to the stores anyway, man. I hate the U scans. Don't you hate the U scans? I hate how you gotta lick your fingers to get the plastic bags apart. I was doing that the other day, and the guy next to me looks over, he's like, hey man, he's like, look, you don't gotta lick your fingers. He's like, if you got oily skin like me, just do this. That'll get the bags apart. I said, damn. Thanks, man, but my skin's a little dry today. And I thought, well, my balls are kind of sweaty. Hey, let me go ahead and I rubbed them a little bit. They got the bags apart. Then the cashier comes over. She's like, "Fine, everything okay?" I was like, "Yeah, high five." Yeah, so y'all might have noticed I have a slight limp. I was out getting my wife some flowers and I twisted my ankle. Tripped over a tombstone when I was leaving the cemetery. It's worth it though. I got her some roses. Shout out to the Thompsons, whoever they are. Saved me some cash. I've been trying to do more to make my wife happy, so I've been doing stuff around the house. Like, she came home from work the other day and the dishes were done, laundry was done, house looked all nice, you know. She was like, "Oh my God, baby, thank you. You must have worked so hard." I was like, "Yeah, it was hard, but it's worth it to see you happy." Plus, it wasn't that hard. I had my girlfriend help me. She's a keeper. She makes a killer sandwich. So I'll leave you all with this. I was reading that people are actually waiting longer to get married now, which I think is good because I think you can get married too young. Like I had a friend, he got married when he was 18. Messed him up. He started blinking a lot. Yeah, him and his wife would come over to visit, they'd sit down on the couch, my friend would be like, I thought it was a nervous tick. Years later, I found out it was Morse code. He was saying, "Help me. This bitch is crazy." None of us ever picked up on it, though. Poor guy. All right, I'm Chris. Thanks for listening. Yeah.
All right, one more time for Chris Reed, please. All right, next up, I'm going to bring up orange marmalade, better known